see if we can see the odometer now. Okay, now I was saying in the video before, I can't sell it until I calibrate the, well, I could, but I need to calibrate the TPSM, no, the tire pressure monitoring system, whatever, because these 40-inch tires, they didn't have them in a E-rated tire, so they only hold 50 psi max. And this truck, even though it's a power wagon, which it has a lower weight capacity towing GVWR than a standard 2500, it wants 65 psi on the back tires and 60 psi in the front, which I can't do because my tires won't let me. Or no, they would let me, but they probably turn into 45-inch tires before they exploded. So see, it says, and I actually have to put some more air in them because I had them aired down to go drive around some sand, which I didn't even need to because I drove around the two-wheel drive in the dunes for about 20 minutes and never even took it out of two-wheel drive. But even if I pump up the tires to 50 psi, it's not high enough for the system to register. So I can calibrate them with a tuner, but I'm not buying a tuner to tune the truck. I'm going to have somebody that has a tuner just recalibrate them to probably 45 psi in the rear and 50 in the front, respectively. I don't know why it wants more pressure in the back, because again, it's power wagons, in case people don't know. Basically, it's a 3500 truck with the 396 Hemi, same displacement roughly as a Challenger or a Charger. I don't even know if it's a big block. I don't remember if a 396 is actually a big block. It's a 6.4, but my other Mad Max car I'm getting rid of has a 390, which is 6.4 too, and I think it's the biggest small block you can get. I don't know on Dodge if it's a big block or if it's just a very high displacement small block, kind of like a 400. But yeah, that's why the tire pressure monitor is telling me the tires are low, even though, you know, they're high enough for the truck. But power wagons are a 3500 chassis on, I'm sorry, 2500 chassis on 3500 axles, with roughly 1500 suspension. So it's half-ton springs, I think 1-ton axles, and 3/4 ton chassis. It might have a, I don't know. Anyways, 3500 axles on a 2500 truck with 1500 springs, so it's soft. So it's basically like a Jeep Rubicon, but the truck version. So, but it rides nicer, it off-roads better. It's got the front and rear lockers. It's got a limited slip in the back anyways. It's got a sway bar disconnect. It's got hill descent, like a cruise control for off-roading. Hill descent, hill ascent, cruise control. It's got the gear limit for the control of the 8-speed. I forget who makes the transmission, but it's an 8-speed transmission, which I can pick. Like right now I'm driving in 6 gear, so when I gear limit it, it just picks 6 gear as the highest gear, but I can go up to 8th gear as the limit, which I do, or I do the traction control in the tow mode, because I don't like the eco mode that comes on, which shuts down. Let me see if I can do it. So eco mode is when it shuts down some of the cylinders for fuel efficiency. I've never liked that system, because I don't like the idea of half of the cylinders being fired and the other half just dead, because I don't know, that just seems like it can't be good for the exhaust manifolds and other stuff. So it's not going to do it now, probably because I'm towing a trailer. But oh, and I have to adjust my headlights, because if you notice, people are high beaming me, and if I high beam them, they're like, oops. But my 2-inch leveling kit probably has set my headlights too high. But oh, there's the eco mode, which if I go to tow and traction control off, the eco mode shuts off. So I do not use the eco mode. Everybody knows power wagons that they do not get good gas mileage. I can reset it, and it's still going to show that I'm currently getting 11 miles to the gallon at 41 miles an hour. Which, the other thing, I'm not gonna bother calibrating, but with the 40-inch tires, I jumped from 33s to 40s. So my speedometer error is exactly 10 miles an hour. So if it says I'm doing 40, I'm doing 50. If it says I'm doing 60, I'm doing 70. I don't mind that. I might be able to calibrate it, but if somebody isn't completely in love with the idea of having that as their problem, well, maybe they don't want a power wagon with big tires. I do have the stock tires, which are 33s. I have the factory tires that came on it, because when I bought this truck, it only had 6,800 miles. So, I mean, it was barely broken in. It had less than 7,000 miles on it, and there are no recalls on it. It hasn't been requested in for a recall, and I haven't had any engine lights or warning lights, except for the tire pressure monitor, which is just because of the tires not being able to be pumped up that high. The trick you can do, if you don't want to even deal with that, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do it, is you can get a piece of PVC pipe or ABS pipe and put caps on either end, drill a hole in it so that you can put a valve stem in it, on it, and you can put a set of TPS monitors inside of it, and you pump up the canister that you've made to 65 or 70 psi, and then you calibrate those with the or you get those engaged with the original system in the truck. Some people even take all 4 of their TPS sensors out of their wheels and put them in the container, or I've seen them drill 3 extra holes in a spare tire and put all the TPS sensors, put them each at 45 degrees from the next one, so you have 4 TPS sensors in your spare tire, and you pump up your spare tire up to the pressure you need. And I carry a spare tire. I don't have a 40-inch spare tire, but I do have a 33-inch spare tire under the back of the truck. And but I'm getting ready to put the balance beads in the tires, because nobody in town can put these 40-inch tires on their balancing machine, which I'm not concerned about, because my truck actually rides good with these, but I just want them balanced. But that's pretty much it in a nutshell. The only things I have to do with the truck are just things I want to do, that some that you wouldn't have to worry about, since it's a stock truck, but it's got some mods on it.